Hey everyone, Bowie here. Today I'm just going to walk you guys through some of the more advanced features in Tripwire that you can use to make navigating wormholes way easier. So what I've done right now to get ready for this is to just scan down this wormhole in a random case-based system. And I'm just going to show you how to generally use Tripwire and keep it active. So in these are going to be all of the SIGs that I've got in system right now. So you just click on your probe scanner. You can select any one SIG, and then Control A selects everything, Control C copies everything, and Control V pastes everything into here, which is great. If I actually had this wormhole scanned down to 100%, I left and came back, it would pop up as a wormhole and add it immediately back onto this, and we would be able to see it. It wouldn't be filled out with the system name or anything, but it would show us that there is a wormhole connection down there. Now, you should pretty much do this copying and pasting every time you either update a signature or you get jump into a new system. The issue, and what I see a lot of people do, is oftentimes you'll get undesirable scans that sort of clutter up while you're actively scanning, so stuff like gas sites and data sites, because they're worth nothing right now. So you'll often ignore stuff. And now what happens is people are tempted to hit this little button up here which says delete missing SIGs every time they update. Unfortunately, if you ignore things, it'll remove SIGs even though they're still in system, but just ignored in your probe scanner window. So this is easily bypassed by just not clicking that blue, the little click to delete missing SIGs, unless you actually have everything on your or visible on your overview. So this is really useful when you first warp into a wormhole. You sort of paste everything in and click, delete missing SIGs. Especially if you live in a wormhole, you can do this really easily when you first log in, and it will totally erase any old chains up and keep things up to date for you pretty easily. Now, the second thing I want to show you guys is how to tell how far away certain systems are from a wormhole exit. This is really useful if you're in C4s or C5s, any of the higher ones, and living like way down in a big chain. Basically, you can add systems as favorites. You can add systems as favorites, and you can then check where those favorite systems are relative to any exit. So I jumped in. I'm going to copy and paste. Remember to select the correct one. I've already been in here, so it's all there. But see, so I'm going to hit delete missing. Looks like no SIGs have updated since I've been in here, which is good. What you can also do is if you accidentally paste into the wrong one, which happens, you can just hit Control Z and it'll remove the last paste, which is really nice. Now, frequently you'll have 6 or 7 exits if you're in a big chain, and it's really annoying to tell which ones actually lead to systems you might need to get to. So this is where adding favorites come in. So you go up to the top here and you're going to hit toggle system search, so you get the search bar. Let's say JITA. Now, this is what it'll look like normally. You'll have this panel might be up here, but you can always hit customize and move these panels around. Customize is in the top right here. But you have this system panel with a little bit of information, security status, etc. This star right here adds it to your favorites list. So I've gone through and I've added JITA. As long as the star is orange, it's added. I've added JITA, Amar, Dodixie, and Rens because I frequently go in there and drop off scanning loot or Explo loot. And then in order to see where that is, let's go back to the chain I'm in. You can just click this little star up in the top left and boom, it will add them onto any known space connection. So if I had 8 of these, it'd show me where or how far away these 4 are from all 8. Which means if you have a big chain, this will spread it out and get it really messy. But so don't add a whole bunch of these favorites. You can always take them on and off as you use them. But it's really useful because now I can, if I was sitting up in a C4, I could look at this and be like, oh, hey, look, if I jump down this chain, Rens is only 2 away from this high-sec exit. And that's really nice. The last thing, and you can just toggle it on and off really quickly. The last thing you guys should probably do when setting up Tripwire is take a look at your preferences. Now in here there's a signature paste default life, and you want to set this to 24 hours. This means that your SIGs will automatically expire after 24 hours, the ones that you paste in, and that makes wormhole lives much closer than the default, which I think is 48 hours. So in case you don't go through, it'll at least put the wormhole life at around 24 hours so that your maps will be more accurate than the normal 48. And that's really all I wanted to go over right now. Pasting in, you should do that when you first come in, and when you basically first come into any wormhole, and then adding favorites so that you can check where your favorite systems are in relation to any K-space exit.